Welcome back for year number 3 of the www.muspartans.com Spartan Show. We're glad to have everyone back with us this year. In our first 2015-2016 show, we are joined by the MU head football coach Shannon Griffith, senior quarterback Logan Haston, and women's golf coach Tara Boone. Coach, could you just give us a quick overview of the 2015 season, such as how many players are returning, who are some key players this year, and what you're looking forward to most this year?
Sure. Right now, we reported to camp back in early part of August 13th. We had 115 guys report, and we're holding close to that number of returners in first years. We got about 55 upperclassmen returning from last year's squad, heading into this year. Offensively speaking, we've got a lot of key players returning in the skill positions, with Dakota Nelson leading the wide receiver crew, along with Evan Rice and Matt Weiner, are guys that have played significant snaps for us on the outside. Brandon Webb is going to step into our super back position that we ask a lot of now. He played some a year ago behind Michael Love, but he's got playing time. So permanently we got some experience there. And then in the backfield, Logan Haston's returning as a 2-year starter, but he's played significant minutes for 4 years here. So
Awesome.
he's there. And then Hunter Hardy is a returning running back for us. Now up front, we have 3 of our 5 back from a year ago, led by Deontay Dorsey, a senior from Indianapolis, who's going to be starting his 3rd straight year at center for us. And then with him, we got Sam Klusner, who was a freshman last year that started for us at the right guard spot. He's back. Eric Weitholder at the left tackle spot. Both are returning starters. And then we'll see what happens with our left guard and right tackle positions with graduation. But we feel like we've got adequate kids stepping into those key spots for us. So offensively, we've got got a good nucleus of guys back from last year's offense that did quite well as we got through the year. On defense, I think our experience is up front in our defensive line. We have a lot of returning players that have played significant minutes, but Dustin Colt inside and Michael Hammer with Rudolph and Cole Sellers coming back. On the outside, Daniel Heim played some last year, but he'll step into a more prominent role at our defensive end, as will Chandler Miller. And then we've got adequate guys, so we'll roll about 8 bodies there on defensive line. And in today's game, you have to do that with the offenses running the tempo. We're a little bit lost some graduation at our linebacker spot, but Jordan Cleaver's back at one of those spots, and then we move Nathan Burke up from the secondary spot there to give us some little bit more experience there. And then Taylor Engelmeyer and Jarvis Mitchell both are returning in our secondary. So we've got some holes to plug on defense in the back end, but we should be pretty well sound in our up front 4 guys.
Good. That's awesome. So the season opener at Trine is Thursday. What will be the biggest keys for this game?
Well, anytime in the first game of the year, you go to penalties and turnovers in the kicking game. Both offenses and defenses, this will be the first time to really go against an opponent. You don't know what's going to transpire just because uncertainty of maybe what they do on offense or defense, even though we've played significantly over the last few years. It's a great rivalry game to a certain extent, even though it's not really a rivalry game as such. But Trine's always had a well-established program. The atmosphere that they'll have there on Thursday night will be something that we probably won't experience the rest of the year, just like we didn't experience last year here at home. We get great support from both sides, and it's one of those games that both teams are pretty well evenly matched, and we'll see what happens on Thursday night. But they've had our number over the last few years. Fortunately enough, last year we were able to win against them in a chaotic game where it got rain delayed on a Friday night, and then we came back and played on a Sunday to finish it up, and we were fortunate enough to win that game. But that game was a tight 29-28 game, and we scored late and got a turnover late to really to cap it off.
I remember that game. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I look forward to watching the team this year.
Okay, thanks, Megan.
Joining us, we have Logan Haston. Logan, we understand that you had quite an adventure last spring semester. Can you tell us a little bit about your trip to Barcelona and some interesting things you saw?
Yeah, well, it was definitely an amazing experience. I'm thankful for all the people who gave me that opportunity to go abroad and experience that. I was immersed in another culture. I was a full-time student at the University of Barcelona.
That's awesome.
Studying every day, just like a real student there. But it wasn't all business. I mean, I had a lot of fun over there. Got to travel around Europe. Got to see a lot of cool places, meet a lot of new people, it was a really great time. So
Good.
definitely something that I'm going to be able to take with me.
Was it a big adjustment going from here to there?
Absolutely. It definitely was different. Something that I kind of expected, but at the same time there were a lot of surprises when I went over there.
Mhm.
It's something that I just had to kind of adjust to on the fly. But that's the whole cool thing about going abroad, because you see things that you didn't really expect.
Yeah, of course. So this is your senior year. What things have changed for you as a role for being a leader on the squad?
Well, it's definitely different. It's different being the old guy in the room. But it's kind of a shift in your mentality. You now realize that you never want to take anything for granted, because you're thankful for the opportunities that you had your whole life to play the sport that you love. And so as a senior class, not just myself, we're really trying to enforce that and trying to show the other guys, don't take a play off, don't take a practice off, because you only get so many opportunities.
It's going to be done soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately. So what some of the goals do you have for yourself and the team this year?
Well, the seniors already met, and we set forth our goals for the 2015 season. And some of those goals were not only just football related. We wanted to really have a focus on academics, athletics, and just as a community as a whole. We want to represent Manchester University in a first-class manner, and I think our goals definitely exemplify that.
That's a great
Athletically,
mentality.
Athletically, our goal is to have a 1-0 mindset every single week. We want to approach each week as it's new, put the last week behind us, don't get too far ahead of ourselves, just go into each week with a 1-0 mentality.
Take it game by game. I wish you the best of luck this senior year, and I look forward to watching you play.
All right, thank you very much.
Coach Tara Boone now joins us. Coach, your team got a head start on the rest of the fall sports this past Friday at Trine. Go ahead and give us a quick overview of that tournament.
Yeah, it was nice to get a head start since we have such a young team. It's nice to get them just a one-day tournament, kind of a feeling of what it will be like. Even though it's not a 2-day, it's a 1-day. Kind of get, I don't want to say their bad round out of the way, but to get a feeling, because there's a lot of nerves, a lot of the unknown, of what's going to happen, what's going to go on. Even when they were done with scoring, it was, what do I do? It's a lot different than high school, so it was nice to get that round out of the way. Most all of them didn't play how they wanted to, but to get one in the top 15 out of 100-some players, it was,
It's always good to get a feel right
It's
before
right,
the
yeah.
season.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the new players on the squad, and how do you think they'll add to the group of returners?
Yeah, we have a solid freshman group that I think will help the returners get better, and the returners are also going to help the freshmen get better. It's a group effort with both of them.
Of course.
Right now they're working real hard. Some of them wouldn't have practice Saturday for the women, but we did for the men, and some of them still came out anyways. So
That's great dedication right
Yep.
there.
Mhm.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, and good luck with your season.
Thank you.
That'll wrap it up for the first edition of 2015-16. Next week's show will feature a look at men's, women's soccer as they will be preparing for the Spartan Classic. Thanks for joining us.